One of the most frightening emergency calls was placed on this route right behind me. 911, what the hell? What was that, sir? That's not human. That's not human. I've been observing this clip absolutely everywhere, but what actually occurred? What you just heard is only part of the complete call to emergency services. The original caller, we attempted to contact him, he wants to remain completely anonymous. But there was one individual that interviewed him that we will be able to speak to, as well as we're going to attempt to speak to the police, emergency services, everyone that was possibly involved with this. But before we speak to all of those people and attempt to determine what's happening here, we first need to go over the entire call. So this spot we're traveling to right now, this is where he first observes something unusual before he even places the call. This is the reason he's placing the call. Center County 911, what's the address of your emergency? I'm traveling on 210, I just crossed the Black River and I thought I observed a guy standing on the side of the route bleeding. I'm attempting to put myself in his position right now. We're traveling on a route in the middle of nowhere, it is pitch black, like he was not exaggerating about that. I don't think I would stop if I observed a bloody individual. Yeah, we're stuck right now. We stopped right now searching for a bloody individual. We're some fools, bro. Alright, let's exit the vehicle. This is where he first observed the figure. This is not even on call. He wants to remain completely anonymous, but he was formerly in the military. I feel like for someone like that to place this call, you have to be very, very certain. In case we locate evidence, dude. It would have taken too long. The creature would have observed that coming. What you got in your hand there, bro? Oh damn. Yo. What the hell? What do you think that was? I don't even know. Wait, that was a strange sound. Aim the light this direction. It was like this direction, right? We definitely heard the sound, it was somewhere over here. I wonder if it was this. I'm like really actually curious what that sound was. Is anybody here? Anything here? Okay, but this is like just his first sighting. This is a turkey doesn't hit that hard. And it was not covered in feathers at all. Do you think if we knock on those people's door at 12:30 at night and ask them if they've observed anything unusual, do you think that'd be strange? He knocks it off like he slams on the brakes right about here. You can hear it on the call. He describes this creature later on as around 7 feet tall. He states his truck was 6 feet tall and he said it was taller than the truck. This thing was easily like maybe 7 feet. A shack. A shack if he was albino. He states he travels a little bit further and he looks in his rearview mirror and he observes it bolt off to the left. And then he's traveling really fast at this point. I think he states he was going like 90. When I looked at the speedometer before I slammed on my brakes, I was doing maybe 80. I don't blame him. It's like the one time you have an excuse to speed. After all of this chaos, he travels down the route where he pulls over at a convenience store and waits for the police. They have a thermal drone they send up. The police have him show them where everything occurred. They go back. There's an official police report that we can hopefully speak to the police about tomorrow. We're gonna attempt to get more evidence. Hopefully pictures. This has been blowing up all over social media. I probably had like 100 people tag me in the video or message it to me. If you guys ever observe a cool video or anything, just send it to me on Instagram and I'll see it. Now that we know the entire story of the call, it was time to determine what actually happened that night. We had a few leads. We're gonna speak to Rusty, the individual that interviewed the 911 caller after this. But honestly, even better than him to speak to is the police. So we headed about 30 minutes to the police station where this 911 call got sent to. But before we get there, I'm raiding Area 51 again. And we need you guys to come out and raid this place with us. Make sure you are subscribed to Gavin's channel because when he gets 3 million subscribers, we're dropping the date of the raid. We're making a video documentary. And Curry, there was a call like 4 years ago. Oh yeah, you know about that? You guys got out there? We have. We were wondering if there was anyone you know that would be interested in speaking about it or that worked on it. I didn't work on it. You could ask the front desk. You need to go out there at night. We did. It was creepy. Gentlemen, how y'all doing? Good. How are you doing? Gavin. Sergeant Ward. How y'all doing? Yeah, so we're making a video about the 911 call that was placed from Curry about the creature jumping on the guy's vehicle, and I wanted to see if it was a legitimate thing or a rumor. No, it wasn't. The call came into our 911 center. It was a real call. Nothing made up. Do you know if there's any public information on that? Any photos? No, nothing like that. Officers responded like any other call. As far as photos, not that I'm aware of. Actually, State Highway Patrol did the investigation. How do we reach them? Okay, great. And just like that, we now had a good lead to determine what actually occurred that night. Well, we know the call was real. Imagine if he didn't have service. That would have been terrible. Which is why today's sponsor is Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile made the wireless shopping experience easy. No stores, no salespeople. All online. And if you're worried about coverage, like maybe you're in the middle of nowhere and a creature jumps on your truck and you need to call 911, you don't have to worry. Mint Mobile is on the nation's largest 5G coverage. You'll be good basically wherever you are. If you already have a phone and you're worried about switching, it's simple. You can activate your eSIM from anywhere. You can keep your same phone if you want. There's a 7-day unconditional money-back guarantee. And my viewers can get plans starting at just $15. After that, we contacted Highway Patrol to speak with them and determine more details, but they would not respond. We eventually did more digging and found a picture. This was the official report picture. Not much, but interesting. We have the scene where it happened. The truck had scratch marks. They were on the bed of the truck. The bed is supposed to have scratch marks. It's a truck, bro. You put stuff in trucks. The scratches were consistent with tree branches. It wasn't looking like much happened. There weren't many people who could help us get more information. Except for one individual. The caller. This guy had all the details. But he wanted to remain anonymous. He even had some pictures. But the caller did an interview with Rusty, who investigated the case. So we reached out and met him. We're back at Moores Creek waiting for Rusty. He's the only guy who interviewed the 911 caller. I'm curious if he's seen pictures of the truck. If there were claw marks or any details we missed. This guy is like me in the future investigating the case. Did he crack it? Is he hiding the creature? Does he have it in a cage? Then Rusty arrives. Rusty from Carolina Case Files. He released the second episode on this. The only person to interview T. Rusty says he's looked at many cases. Never seen something with this level of documentation. There are always stories, but how do you report them? He interviewed the caller, the sheriff, deputies who were on the scene. They didn't add anything new. There were pictures the morning after. The caller said he saw scratches consistent with something larger than a squirrel. But he lost the phone while fishing. He got rid of the truck soon after. Highway Patrol took point on the investigation. They investigate traffic incidents. They probably thought the guy was unstable. The sheriff said people report unusual sounds in the Curry area. People near the battlefield have reported seeing and hearing things they couldn't understand. Even law enforcement officers have experienced this. Rusty said during the interview he saw genuine fear in the caller. The young man had emotion in his voice. He seemed credible. Rusty said he doesn't know what the caller saw, but he believes the caller feels he saw something. Personal theory: someone said it was an entity trying to get him to stop and pull over. Now that we know the public information, it was time to determine what T actually saw. There were many theories. Tips for Noah. They need hats now. The clips went super viral. Lots of theories online. But their theory was that there were two beings. The first was an attacked person. The creature attacked someone. Or maybe it was an animal. Two separate things. Theories from the internet. Ghost soldier. This was Moores Creek battlefield. The Battle of Moores Creek Bridge in 1776. Patriots versus Loyalists. Both sides had burials in the area. The theory says the caller saw a ghost in a Civil War outfit because he confused the period. But that doesn't explain the bang on the truck. Next theory: cryptid. Rake, Skinwalker, Slender Man, Wendigo. All tall, thin, white. If any were real, Skinwalker fits the most because it used to be a human. It ran fast, jumped on the truck. That matches other stories. So the theories were: hoax, animal, ghost, or creature. Hoax unlikely. He was alone. He seemed credible. He was visiting family. Not the type to prank 911 at 11 p.m. Animal is logical. But then what about the first figure? A person attacked by an animal? A person wearing clothes? Hard to explain. Ghost? Maybe. Creature? Maybe. They went back to the place where he knocked off the creature. They wondered what was more likely, ghost or creature. Someone joked about whistling for a skinwalker. Then they heard a noise. They got scared by cardboard cutouts. They did not find a creature. The woods are massive. Impossible to find anything. Then they explored the ghost theory. They went back to where the first figure was seen. They heard metal sounds again. They used ghost gear. They asked if the soldier was there. They heard noises over the bushes. They thought the sound came from a tunnel. Maybe that's where something hides. Conclusion: they went over all theories. They do not think the guy was pranking. Animal possible. Paranormal also possible. Creature possible. At the end, nothing was proven. The bang was the craziest part. There is a world where it could have been him hitting the top of the truck. Police didn't have anything. The police report made it less believable. Rusty believes the man felt he saw something. Not that a creature existed. They didn't bust the case. They asked viewers what they think. Ask how many comments to reply to. 6 or 7. Then they promote Instagram. At 3 million they will raid Area 51 again. People already signed up. They need more people. They will recruit YouTubers. Viewers are invited. Subscribe to Gavin.